What's going on? I hope you all are good. So, I just rewatched Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 8, and there's something I realised. This might be a stretch, but I just wanted to discuss this theory with you guys and get your takes on it. So, as we all saw in the episode, Moff Gideon has clones of himself, and there was one thing that I noticed, and that was the fact that his hairstyle is different, and he doesn't have the mustache anymore. Now, the first time I saw it, I was like, okay, some time has passed. He's going to look different. Everyone shaves. He might have just wanted to try a different style, and so I just didn't think about it again. But after rewatching the episode, I noticed that the clones also didn't have the mustache, and their hairstyle was also different. They looked exactly how Moff Gideon did in the episode, the real Moff Gideon. Well, so we think he's the real Moff Gideon. What if that was not the real Moff Gideon? The Moff Gideon that we saw in this episode could be the first clone that fully finished its processing. He had the exact same look as all the other ones, very generic, no mustache, different hairstyle. And for me, for a director, to allow a character to look different normally means that there's some type of change to the character, which might be a stretch. I don't really know. You guys tell me in the comments below. This might be crazy, but that's not all, because me being me, once I thought about that theory, I had to go deeper into it. And I did realise that it was so weird that Moff Gideon was so worried about the clones, yet he didn't get to Din before he even got to the clone room, and he kind of let him do whatever he wanted to the clones and gave him time to do so. Now, if the other clones were so important to him, he would not have let that happen. He handled that situation very weirdly, and this leads me to believe that the clone just did not want any competition when it comes to who is the leader of his squad, of his army, of the Empire. Of course, the real Moff Gideon would have really cared about the clones, as this was his plan, and he wants to make sure that his plan does not get ruined at all. So I think that the real Moff Gideon would have been in there, absolutely preventing Din from getting anywhere near the clones. But that one was acting like it cared, but it didn't show it. There was no urgency to get into the room to stop Din, and after watching it again, it seems like he did not care at all. I believe that he is a clone, and he has plans to rule all by himself. He doesn't want an army of competitors that will always try and overthrow him. Now, the real Moff Gideon would not think this way. He's the one who came up with the idea to have clones of himself. He wants to see an army of himself in full potential that he can never reach, being a non-force user. But that clone is a force user, and most likely very strong, and so that definitely comes with an ego and a different mindset to the real Moff Gideon that does not have the abilities. This clone does not have a dream of seeing himself at a power level that he can never reach, because he has that power level and he has reached it. So he has no cares about the clones, but doesn't want Bo and Din to know that he's not the real Moff. So basically he's trying to fight them off and act like Moff Gideon. He wanted to die in front of them to make them think that he's dead and that he's not a worry anymore, so that he can go off and keep working on his plans to lead the Empire as the strong force user that he is. Now, of course, he's not going to be Luke Skywalker level, but in his mind, having any force abilities, especially ones that he's never had or felt before, he's going to feel like he is the strongest. Just imagine how crazy it would be to not have abilities, then out of nowhere you can move stuff with the force, and you can push people without even touching them. You're going to have an ego, and you're going to think that you're stronger than you are. So even though that I think that this theory is the case, I also think that he's not going to be a long-lasting enemy. He might last one more season, because Thrawn will come in and take his place instantly as the most threatening villain of this series. Actually, no, the whole story of Star Wars, not just this series. And his character arc will finish as someone who thought that they were more powerful than they are, had a dream of something that wasn't really as it seemed, someone that glorified this dream in their head and became delusional, to then being humbled in the end and failing their dream that they once believed. So he wouldn't really be much of a villain. He would just be in Mando Season 4. It will be Din and Grogu getting help from Grief Karga, and maybe Bill Burr's character against Moff Gideon, and how they're going to tie him back into the Mandalorian show to make him relevant in any way to Djarin and his current story will be for him to take Grogu to either kill him, wipe out the threat, or have him as his apprentice to take out the biggest threat, the only being he believes can take him out, which is of course Luke Skywalker, which would never happen. But like I said, he's a delusional character. He's someone that is force sensitive and doesn't have any understanding about the force at all. I think this would be a great storyline for Season 4 and a great way to lead into the Ahsoka show, which would of course be Ahsoka Season 2 and honestly that could tie in pretty well. Give Mando this somewhat powerful threat to then having some kind of experience to be able to help Ahsoka and Ezra take down Thrawn, of course with his kid Grogu by his side, which actually ties in to my next theory video, which will be coming out after this one, even though I filmed it just before, which in my opinion will be very interesting and awesome to see, which will lead to another show, which would have to be Dave Filoni directing, and I'm pretty sure it'd be a show that we'd all love to see. But yeah, this was my theory, and to be honest I kind of expanded it during the video. The only part of this theory I had before filming was that Moff Gideon was a clone, and then I just adapted it over this video. So I hope I explained it well for you guys. Let me know what you think about this theory down in the comments below. Is it a good one? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Would you change it in any way? Do you have a better theory? Like I said, tell me in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one.
Hey, motherfucker.
Man, if you don't, get out my fucking way. No, boss. Oh, what the? Oh, fuck no. Yeah, I'll come back. I'll come back tomorrow. We actually get to go in. Oh, wow. This is where Luke got frozen. No, this is where Han got frozen. Oh, this is cool. What happens if I jump in there? Do I die? Guess we'll never know. Vader, get out. Let's fight. Let's fight, Vader. Come on. This is sad, but you're gonna go out like this. One bullet left, and you're dead. Come on, you're better than this. Come on, give me a real fight. Come on. Okay, B is to dodge. Okay, get used to it again. That's the block. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, buddy. Okay, he's better with this dude.